Hey everyone, welcome back to another Just Watch review here on the Just Watch channel. I am Mike and I am your host. Very happy to have everybody along. We've experienced tremendous growth over the last few weeks. Lots of new follows and likes and some great commentary down below the videos. So everyone, I just wanted to give you a huge 2 thumbs up. Thank you for following along, and I just love having everybody along on the channel. So everyone, thanks so much for the commentary, and if you're new to the channel, this is the first time seeing one of my reviews, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you also will follow along for future content, and love having the great interaction with everybody about, the thing that we all love so much, which is the watches. And speaking of the watches, today what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the Seiko SBDC029, also known as the Shogun. This is the Seiko titanium dive watch, very well known. I've been wearing it for about 3 weeks now daily, running it, as you can see, on a NATO strap from Archer Strap Company, which I like a lot. We'll talk a little bit about in the review as well. The watch is fantastic, and I just wanted to give you some thoughts on how it keeps time, the fit, the finish, everything as far as the bezel. All those things that you want to know if you're considering purchasing one of these from an authorized Seiko dealer or on eBay or what have you. So just kind of what you need to know going back over a few weeks with this Shogun. Everyone, so thank you again for tuning in, for the likes, the follows, and the great dialogue below the videos. Let's take it to the studio where we can do a better review and give you a closer look at the watch. Thanks. Hey everyone, we are back with the Seiko Shogun titanium dive watch. As I said in the opening, we're doing kind of a 3-week overview on this watch, our impressions from wearing this for 3 weeks. And I have to tell you right off the bat, it's very favorable. Really enjoy wearing this watch. It's awesome. Some of the things I like about the watch, first of all, the dimensions of it. It's a really nice size. It's oversized without being obnoxious. Kind of a nice diameter. It's a 51 millimeter lug to lug with a 43.5 millimeter case diameter. That's excluding the crown, and 13.3 millimeter depth on this watch. So really nice. It has great wrist presence. Feels great on the wrist, and it is machined out of, the case is entirely machined out of titanium, so it's not super light. The weight on this watch with the bracelet, with the titanium oyster style bracelet, is only 114 grams. So it's, when you pick it up, it's kind of deceiving. You're like, man, I expect it to be a lot heavier than it is. So that's kind of a nice feature with this watch too. If you want something with a really nice wrist presence and some nice size and some really nice lines that's not going to be clunking around on your wrist and heavy, this might be your watch. Might be one to try out. I really enjoy, having done machine work in the past, I really enjoy the machining on this watch too. You can see really crisp, angular, almost masculine lines. You can see as I move the watch around and the light catches it. You see the way it has like those square cut shoulders there, and it tapers down to the lug. I really like that. I think it gives the watch a great look. And I also like the way they did the crown protectors there too. You can see, if we spin it around a little bit, move the light around, you see it really catches those well. And not only is the machining just impeccable and just crisp, not a flawed line on the whole watch, the finish is equally so. It's really nice. They just did a fantastic job on the finish. You can see that curvature of the lug, which we mentioned earlier. It makes it hug your wrist really well. And also a really nice feature that they gave us drilled lug holes, so it's really easy to watch to change out the straps. Speaking of the straps, so this strap here is from Archer Strap Company. It is a nylon NATO that I really enjoy. The watch comes with a silicone dive strap from Seiko, and it also comes with the oyster style titanium strap. So you can have a couple of options straight out of the box, but if you don't want to go with either of those, or if you're a NATO fan like me and like to change things up, this is a great way to do it. So give you a better look at the watch here. So you can see the cuts on the bezel too are really nice. It is a unidirectional bezel, so you can only turn it counterclockwise, which is important for diving. Really nice indexing to it. not heavy, not light, not too notchy, not too light. And the spring tension I think is perfect. And it's also, there's like very little sloppiness at all. It's super tight. This watch is the equivalent to any watch I think that's on the market as far as adjusting this bezel goes. It's just great. No problems there at all. The crown on this watch too, it is a screw down crown as most good die watches are. You pull it, you unscrew it, pull it all the way out, you see it is a hack movement. That second hand is stopped and you can get a really nice accurate time set there. And then adjust your time. So the all the way out position is your time adjustment. And you can also manually set your date this way if you want, but if you don't want to set it that way, you can pop it in and come back out one click, and then you can set your date too. Everything with the, turn the wrong way. Everything with the date setting on this and the time setting is really crisp and nice. It's very precise. You can set it on the exact minute marker or even in between a minute marker that you want and push it in. It doesn't move at all. It's just really nice and just well machined watch. As we said, it is a hack movement, so when you're all the way out, the second hand stops, the movement stops. Come back in to here, the watch starts running again. You can also wind in this position, which I think is a great feature. You don't have to do that Seiko shuffle to wind the watch. So you can give the watch a wind. If you haven't worn it for a few days, you can fire it right up, put it on the wrist, set your time, put it on the wrist, and you're good to go. And of course, when you're putting your crown back in, apply a little pressure, catch that first thread, and then just tighten it down. You always want to be careful with these too. You don't want to go super tight. If you go too tight on the crown, you can actually damage the seals that are inside and cause the water to lose its waterproofing. So definitely don't want to do that. Case back on this, also titanium. It features the classic Seiko tsunami wave. It is marked 6105 movement, made in Japan, air divers, 200 meter, and of course your Prospex logo and serial number on the back too. And you also might notice if you've had watch bands off of, or watch straps off of a case before, that these watch pins here, these are a little bit, these lug pins are a little bit oversized. That's typical of a Seiko dive watch. They've been doing that for years. So anyways, going over the fit and feel of the watch, everything on this watch is, professional quality, as is, noted with the Prospex. Give you a quick look at the dial. I told you I'm having trouble talking today. So you have applied indices at, all positions with the triangle at the 12 and then kind of your obelisk shape almost at 6 and 9. And then of course your date at 3 o'clock there. Your hour hand is almost like an arrowhead shape, and your minute hand is shaped almost like a broadsword. So really fun if you, let me pull this crown out again. When you're setting this watch, or at certain times of the day, don't want to go that way. So when you're setting this watch, or if you see it, and let's get it to 3 o'clock. So you can see, when you have the hands lined up like that, it almost looks like a spear, like a broad spear. Or if you come all the way around so that they're lined up the same direction, looks like a rocket. So just kind of a fun thing to look at twice a day when you're wearing this watch. And I know a lot of the other Seiko watches have it, but not everybody's seen that, so I figured I'd show it to you guys. The dial is marked too, the Seiko logo at the 12, and then let's spin these hands out of the way so you can see. At the 6 o'clock, you have your Prospex symbol, automatic divers, 200 meter. And then way down the bottom in the tiny, you have your 6105 Japan movement, Japan manufacturer, denoting on either side of that 6 o'clock obelisk index. So really nice. Let's get this crown back down. We'll reset the date and stuff later. So overall fit and wear on this watch, like I said, I've been wearing it on a NATO, which I really like. And as I mentioned, it's really lightweight. And I kind of like that. I own a whole bunch of watches, including some really big, heavy titanium watches, some 45 millimeter case diameter and bigger. I think I have one that's 46 and a half. That's, I think it's like 14 or 15 millimeters thick. And the thing, after a while, you just don't even want to wear it anymore because it's so heavy on your wrist. And definitely not the case here. This is lightweight. You don't even know you have it on. Like I said, it hugs the wrist and just has great wrist presence. So let me strap this on here so you guys can get a look. So right there through, if you guys haven't done a NATO before too, so you can see there's a lot of extra material there. So kind of a quick trick, what you do is you just fold it over and then you catch it under this first clip, just like that. And then boom, much cleaner look up top. So you can see I have a 7-inch wrist, and this watch just has fantastic wrist presence as far as I'm concerned. Just classic good looks, classic dive watch look. The black and that titanium, that polished titanium color just look really nice. And you can see how nicely that hugs the wrist, and it really doesn't sit up that high, especially when you're considering you got over 1 millimeter of extra thickness from that NATO strap down below. So just really nice wrist presence on this watch. Really enjoy wearing this. Just great all around. One other thing quick to point out too that I didn't show you before with the indexes is it does feature on the second hand and both the hour and minute hands, and of course all of the index markers. It does feature Seiko's proprietary Luma Bright, which is really good stuff. You can see even just blocking that little bit of light coming in from my 3 o'clock, you can see it starting to catch. Let's see if I can. Yeah, hello Luma Bright. So you can see it's really bright. And if you activate this stuff with a little bit of flashlight time, or the light from your iPhone or Droid phone or what have you, it really charges it up. Give it like a minute or two, and it's really cool how bright it is at night. It lasts a long time too, so really good stuff as far as that goes. So overall impression on this watch. So anyways, just wanted to give you a 3-week review. 2 thumbs up on the watch. Really enjoy wearing it. Really enjoy the wrist present. It is just a fabulous addition to our collection. Really enjoy the watch. Everyone, thanks for tuning into this review. And once again, if you enjoy our content, or if you want to see more, please leave us some feedback or some thumbs up. And also, we greatly appreciate the subscribes. We love having you all along. Gives us energy to make more episodes. Everyone, thanks again for tuning in. And that is it for now. We'll see you next time.